Booktube. I'm here with a Friday reads. It's still Friday, right? I don't know. I work overnights tonight, and it always throws my days off because I sleep at weird hours. I'm not currently at work. I'm just about to get ready to go back to bed before I go back to work. Anyways, I have my TBR cart here, and I'm just going to share what I've been reading. It's a lot. It's a lot. So I'm just going to grab the first book and start there. So this is The Wildings by Nilanjana Roy. This is really good. I think it's the book I've read the most of. I'm on 199. Yeah, it's about cats in a place in India called Nizamuddin, a neighborhood in Delhi. And they encounter this kitten that has these powers. They call it the sender. So the cat is able to like project themselves, like what's that, like out-of-body experience? Astral projection? That's the word. It's like it's able to astral project like across the country almost. And it's interesting to see the different dynamics between the cats. And it's not for children. Like, this is definitely an adult book because it's not a spoiler. Like, right in the beginning, their plan is to kill this kitten, the neighborhood cats, because it's not part of their clan. And but things are about to go down with these feral cats in the neighborhood, and the kitten is friends with the tiger, and I'm just like waiting for it all to come together. I'm just so excited. And it's interesting. They don't feel like people. They're definitely like cats, and she definitely captures that. Like they're hunting, their violence, but their playfulness and the way they communicate and everything. But like they're such characters. I'm really enjoying this. I think I might bring this one to work with me and try and finish it. Let's just pull another one off. We have Black Leopard, Red Wolf. I think I've only read like 50 pages of this. It was a book that I had started and should pick up and read, and I'm glad I did. The reason I set it down was just because it just didn't pick up my interest at the time. What was it? Oh, it's red. I thought it was pink underneath. Yeah, and this is a fantasy inspired by African lores. We follow Tracker, who has a really strong nose and is able to smell things and track people down. And he gets into all sorts of, trouble and adventure and all that. Let me just sort this a little better. There we go. Oh, I don't have my ebook on here, do I? No. Where is that? Oh, okay. It's on my nightstand. I'm reading 2 books on there right now. The first one is And God Said by Joel Hoffman, and that is about translation in the Bible, and it's a bit deceptive so far. I'm like almost halfway through, and all he's been talking about is issues that people face in translation, especially if it's a language that there's no living speakers of, right? Like there's people who speak Hebrew, but biblical Hebrew is not the same. It is and it isn't. So there's issues with translations, different idioms, how we translate certain words and how that might not be, true. And it's fascinating, the examples that he's giving, like with English, for example, the word blue. It could mean a color, or it could mean, feeling sad. How do we know what it means? So like if we encounter a word like that in the Bible and the biblical Hebrew, how do we know what it means? Can we just say blue, and will we understand from context? There's other different things like that. Like how fire truck and ice cream truck are 2 different things. Like an ice cream truck is going to bring you ice cream, but a fire truck isn't going to bring you fire. So it's interesting, but the book's subtitled How This Changes the Bible. And so far, not really seeing the examples that he's given, change the Bible. He hasn't given us any, things that really affect meaning so far, aside from like on a superficial level. I'm hoping he gets more in depth to it later on in the book, but we'll see. And on there, I'm also reading Territory of Light, and I can't remember the author's name, so I'll put it down in the description bar. I'm not going to edit this video, so there's not going to be a picture. And that is fascinating. It's about a woman who's just separating from her husband in Japan. I think it's like the 1970s. And she has a kid, and just her daily life of being a single parent. Yeah. It's like little, they're not vignettes, they're longer than vignettes. Little short stories that are all kind of interconnected. It's pretty cool. Okay. Next book, let's go. Oh no! Oh no, my bookmark just fell out. Oh snap, where was I? Oh, okay, no, okay. Nope, oh that was a spoiler. Okay, I guess I'm not that far in. Oh, no. Nope, that's... Okay, no, I read that part. Sorry. I know I said I'm not gonna edit this. Okay, I think I'm about here. Okay, I'm about 97 pages in. I think. I hope. Okay, so this is The Pearl That Broke Its Shell. It's a dual timeline. We're in 2007. Taliban versus America is going on. Lots of stuff is happening. Of course, Afghanistan. Did I say that? And we follow this family that has all girls. And there's this tradition of Bacha Posh or Baka Posh, where it allows one of the girls to dress and be treated as a boy, and it's accepted throughout society. And so they do that with this one girl, and she doesn't want to change when things start, you know, becoming obvious that she's a girl. And we also follow her grandmother, who was... It implies that she eventually does live as a man. So yeah, that'll be interesting. I'm only 97 pages in, and it's quite a long book. Yeah, it sounds really interesting though. It is really interesting. Not just sounds. I'm gonna hold this one tighter because I see that bookmark's falling out too. And then I'm reading Killing Commendatore. It's supposed to be Italian. I don't speak Italian, so I'm just trying. By Haruki Murakami. And this is quite good. It's gotten a little scary, to be honest. Right now they're investigating some strange noises and talking about like mummified Buddhist monks and stuff like that. And a Nazi assassination? Sorry, it's spoiled. I haven't even come to that part. Anyway, so this is about a painter who's recently divorced, moves out to the countryside into the home of a retired painter who's now living in an old age home. And he meets this really rich man who asks him to paint his portrait. And that seems really boring, but it's not. It's not. It's actually quite interesting. And I'm at 187 pages. I know, I'm reading a lot. I want to start everything at once. I'm also reading God of Mercy by Okizi Nawaka. This one's so cool. Something happened in do you ever have that when you're reading and the anxiety happens and like I just want to put the book down because I want to leave that there for a little while and just like simmer in it and just like, you know, keep that anticipation. Yeah, that's what I'm doing with this one right now. So this is, it's like, I'd say it's probably more magical realism than fantasy. At this point, we're following this village that has not been, a village in Africa that has not been touched by the white people. And things start to happen when this one girl starts to fly, and they say it's this war between the gods. But I think she might have other powers, and I'm really excited to see where that goes. That's why I had to put it down. I was like, does she? I don't want to be disappointed, but I hope she does have these powers. Yeah, and I'm on page 56 of that. Yeah. And lastly, I'm reading my Gita by Devdutt Patnaik. And this is him going through thematically and explaining the Bhagavad Gita. Yes, the Gita. That's what he says. It's called the Gita. If you say the Gita, people know what you're talking about. So hopefully I can just say that. I have a hard time wrapping my tongue around, you know, words. Bhagavad Gita. I'm just reading it right there. Yeah, and it's really cool. It's interesting to learn more about Hinduism. I had a very, very superficial knowledge of it, but this is helping me understand a lot more about it. Yeah. And it's really like he really explains it very straightforwardly. There's lots of interesting diagrams and stuff. The diagrams, like, you can't just look at them. You have to have the text to kind of understand what is going on, and you have to look at them a bit to get them. But it's helpful. It's very cool. Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying this one. I'm only on page 85. But yeah. Oh, and another cool thing about this is that it has these dots up at the top that let you see the progress in the book. I thought that was pretty cool, and that like all books should adopt that. So yes, I think that's all I'm currently reading. I think so. Let's just say that is. Let me know if you've read any of these and if you enjoy them, what you are currently reading, and thank you for watching.